This is your iPhone 10. This is the most expensive phone Apple has ever made. But this is the best phone Apple's ever made. This phone is a revolutionary phone for Apple. Apple has really done it good with this phone. From the chrome on the sides that looks so good to the glass on glass build, awesome. You got the iPhone logo without those FCC little insignias at the bottom. You got the Apple logo. You got the 12 megapixel camera housing right there with the flash, and these 12 megapixel cameras have, both of them have optical image stabilization. Awesome. In video, this takes some very good video. The front-facing camera at 7 megapixels can definitely hold its own with a lot of phones out there. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And the portrait mode is absolutely really good. I really like it. Now, the rear camera in portrait mode is stunning. The rear camera in video is excellent. The colors, I can't believe it doesn't mess up on reds. It does a very accurate job interpreting reds, and that's really a hard time for a lot of cameras. I like this camera. It's very good. Now when it comes to pictures, the pictures is very good. The focusing is very good. It really knows what you're focusing on. It doesn't get confused, which all phones get confused, but the iPhone does it very well. I'm very impressed with the pictures I got with this iPhone 10. Man. And then you got the front. This is a 5.8 inch phablet screen in a phone's body. This is incredible. And it's edge to edge. 5.8 inches. Now the notch is there, but I hope people realize that the notch is there for the sensors, and not only that, they're there for the front facing camera. The notch has a purpose, and I don't think it interferes with anything. This is a beautiful build. Even the Android guys have to admit, you don't like the price, but you gotta like the phone. It's gorgeous. Now, you had to make sacrifices for the edge-to-edge display. Control center is right there in the corner. Your shade is on this corner. You got tap, not double tap. Tap to wake up the screen, and you can swipe up. Now, if you're using this one-handed, I'm worrying about you. Because if you tap, look at the screen, and then swipe up, it's a deep swipe. I feel a lot of people are going to reach down, swipe, and swipe the phone right out their hand. And Apple is waiting for you to do that, because it's going to cost a premium to fix this phone if it breaks. You got glass in the back, glass in the front, and it's going to cost a lot of money to fix this phone. This is where Apple makes their extra money so they can have these stores open like literally 24 hours a day. Apple is not playing around when it comes to fixing phones. Now, this phone is equipped with fast charging, but you do not get fast charging straight out the box. You get a regular charging brick, and you get your regular lightning cord. That does not give you fast charging. This phone takes a long time to charge. It has a 2700 milliamp hour battery. That's not too big, but it still takes very long to charge. So having people in the airport tethered to a wall, we're going to continue to see that, because I don't think people want to spend $80 for the fast charging brick with lightning connector cord. So I think we're going to still see a lot of people tethered to a wall. I wasn't going to talk about this. I was going to leave it for the battery life review, but this is so important that I have to talk about it. The battery life. Battery life on this phone is not good. If you've ever had an iPhone 6, 7, 8, then you know it's a small phone and it has a smaller battery than the Plus version. So a lot of people has migrated from the smaller version of the iPhone to the Plus because of more battery life. This is not a Plus version, even though it has a bigger screen. Get your cables ready because you're going to be tethered against the wall. We all seen the commercials. We all going to the airports and going to the mall. We always see people with their iPhones plugged in. If you don't want to be that type of person, you're going to have to get something like a brick to make your phone look totally ugly, because the battery life on this phone is totally terrible. I can basically tell you this. We're going to do a battery life review, but I'll tell you this. You're not even going to get through your shift at work, especially if you're a heavy user. Now, all through this video, you're going to see me use Face ID. Face ID has worked for me perfectly. I can't complain. Face ID works. I don't have any problems with it. I can even go to McDonald's, purchase something, use Face ID, and use my Apple Pay, and bang, I'm paid for, I'm done. Not bad at all, Apple. Face ID works. Now, I understand this phone shoots in 4K, but 4K takes a lot of memory. So I urge you guys, yes, you're going to use Photos, the Photos app, but I urge you guys, use Google Photos, and yes, you're not going to get the 4K quality that you're looking for when you use Google Photos, but at least you'll be able to have unlimited storage in Google Photos, so you can pretty much erase your pictures and know that they're stored in the cloud with no problems. You can keep that footage. It's going to be in 1080p, but it's going to be in high quality 1080p, and I think that's good.
Now she can't go back. Same Perkins check. I can't even see straight.
So we're not dealing with dual bottom firing speaker. It's one speaker right here and one little tweeter type speaker at the top, and it makes for a good combination. When you're watching videos, you pretty much get engulfed into your video. So when you're watching your YouTube video and you expand that screen, you get the full 5.8 inches, and you pretty much hear the sound hitting you pretty much directly, which really makes for a good listening experience. I'm really impressed. This phone is definitely for the people who wants to watch video and hear some pretty good sound, but the volume is a little bit lower than I expected. So you got good sound, but the volume is a little bit lower than I expected, and it's not at the best quality. So it's not the best speaker combo that I've ever heard before. So you're scrolling through your social networks and you're really having a nice time with your iPhone X, but you realize it stops and it stutters because it don't have enough RAM. You can have the fastest processor in the world, which, you know what, this might just be the fastest processor. But if you don't have enough RAM in this day and age where people are scrolling through Tumblr, Google+, Facebook, Twitter, and knowing some people, they have all of that open at the same time, which is taking up a lot of RAM. You got to erase. Keep on erasing stuff if you really want to make a dent. So to sum this up, you got some great cameras, and you got this dual speakers. You have an awesome screen. I'm going to tell you guys this. This is the best iPhone that Apple has ever made, by far. Apple has gone from the biggest bezels on the planet to having no bezels at all, except this little notch that really I don't have no complaint about. This Apple iPhone 10 is the best iPhone that Apple has ever made. I'm really impressed. Getting into your phone is going to cause you to probably drop your phone. And Apple, why you couldn't put the fingerprint scanner right here at the Apple logo?
Welcome to T-Mobile. How can I help?
I like to return this.